have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Now I get to say I have confidence in me. Today, we're going to be talking about confidence. Hope you enjoyed your little show tune this morning or this evening, whenever you're listening. I love The Sound of Music. Best movie ever. Okay, yes, today we're going to be talking about confidence, and specifically the confidence that comes with sobriety. And of course, that is physical confidence, like you are literally getting prettier by the minute when you become sober. Your hair, skin, nails are gorgeous. You're probably losing a little weight. You're becoming less inflamed. You're healing yourself from the inside out, so you're feeling better internally. But it goes beyond all of that physical stuff, and it's also like just this assuredness that you feel about yourself. You are so confident in the decisions that you make because you know that you are making them without the influence of a substance. And you've also done something incredible for yourself. So you're feeling strong and empowered. And there's all sorts of different ways that we experience a boost in confidence with sobriety. So today we're going to get into all that. So let's do it. Welcome to the Sober Scoop. This is a judgment-free zone where we talk about how to get sober and stay sober. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Quitting alcohol is the best decision I've ever made. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the mushy-gushy emotional stuff, and then I'll go into the physical second. Because why not? But also because the physical benefits of sobriety are likely to happen. They happen for a lot of people. But if they don't happen for you, you have to know that you are healing yourself so beyond the physical. So I don't want that to be at the forefront of people's minds. Like, sobriety is a different journey for everyone, and you might not experience something that somebody else does, or you might experience something that a lot of people do not experience. It's an individual experience, and all the physical benefits that I've experienced so far, while they are common, they're not consistent across the board. So I don't want you to think that, like, if you haven't seen those changes that you're doing it wrong or something. Like, you're good. Let's get into the emotional stuff first, because I know that you are experiencing those. Or if you're not yet, you will. So, confidence. What a weird concept, right? Like, I feel that, especially as women, we struggle with confidence from a very young age. Like, just with societal pressures of how we're supposed to look, how we're supposed to act, things like that. Constantly comparing ourselves to other people, and social media obviously has not helped with that. So confidence is kind of this battle that we are struggling with our whole lives. But when I got sober, there was this shift in my confidence, and I've never really experienced something like that. And I think a key part of confidence is like I mentioned, not comparing yourself to others. And I think that when you are on a sober journey, you are doing this so individually, like it's so introspective. It's so focusing just on yourself and your own individual journey that you don't do as much comparing. And it's like you feel so amazing and incredibly proud of yourself that you don't really care what other people are doing or how they navigate the world. Like, it's about how you're navigating the world and how you feel about yourself. And you care less about what other people think of you because you know that internal journey that you are embarking on with sobriety. So that's a piece of it where it's like you stop caring about what other people think because you're just so, you have this strong relationship with yourself. Like, you feel so incredible and empowered and proud of yourself for doing this. So you don't really care what other people think. So I think that helps with confidence for sure. You also, like I mentioned in the intro, you're so confident and sure of yourself for a couple of reasons. One, because your memory is not ruined with alcohol. Like, I remember when I was a heavy drinker, I was so forgetful. I would always tell people that I had a horrible memory, when in reality, I was just under the influence of alcohol, like, all the time. So I thought that I had a bad memory, but really alcohol was prohibiting me from remembering things. Even significant details in my life, I would forget. And for the people close to me, that was very disappointing. So I ran into a lot of issues there. But yes, so the confidence in sobriety, you have confidence that like you know what happened. You know what you said, you know what you did, you know what happened. And remembering all those details feels really good. And it makes you feel sure of yourself and confident. Number two, the other aspect I wanted to mention was that with that, you are also making all of your decisions and navigating life as the 100% truest version of yourself. So every person that you meet is meeting you, genuinely you. Not the you with a couple glasses of wine, not the you who's hungover from the night before, like not the you who is wasted after 6 beers and 3 shots. Like everyone that you meet is meeting the actual true you. And on top of that, you're not saying anything stupid. You're not embarrassing yourself. You're not flailing around and hanging off of people that you shouldn't be. You're not doing things physically that you regret doing. Every decision, like you feel good about it because you're making it with your right mind. You're making it with a good head on your shoulders, not affected by alcohol. And that is a really beautiful thing. You're also not slurring your words. Like you are just presenting to the world as this person who is sure of themselves and secure. And it just is a really, really good feeling to know that you are making every decision because of your internal conscience or like what you actually feel. You are making your decisions based off of your actual values, not the kind of blurred line values due to alcohol. And that feels really good. And just having like trust in yourself, you learn to trust yourself again. And that is really, really special. And it does give you this sense of confidence. Another way that you feel confident is that you are so beyond proud of yourself. Like we set our minds to quit this substance that was leading us down a bad path in life. And we did it. That's why moderation was always so frustrating for me because I was constantly disappointing myself. I'd say I'm only drinking on weekends and then I would have a drink on a weeknight. I'd say I'm only drinking past 5 p.m. and then I would have a drink at 2 o'clock. Like I was always failing and always disappointing myself. And sobriety is something that I feel like I have achieved. I've actually stuck with it. And that's a really good feeling. So I feel proud of myself. I feel like I can do a lot in this world. If I've managed to quit alcohol and get sober, what else can I do? I feel sure of myself. I feel confident in myself. I feel proud of myself. And those are all amazing feelings to navigate the world with. Like having those positive internal thoughts about yourself is incredible for just existing in this world, having those qualities within yourself. We also have confidence in actually being able to accomplish what we say we're going to accomplish. Because I don't know if it's a mix of like forgetting or just not caring when you're a heavy drinker, but you'll say something and it'll never happen. You'll say, oh, let's go get lunch. You'll say, oh yeah, I can finish that project for us. You'll say, oh yeah, I'll go fill up the car with gas, whatever. You say these things and you just don't care. You don't actually mean it when you say you're going to do something. And I feel like in sobriety, when I say I'm going to do something, I freaking do it. I remember to do it, first of all, and I like put it on a to-do list and don't just drink it away. I say I'm going to do something, I write it down, and I actually do it. And I think just like living by my word and doing as I say brings a lot of confidence as well. There's all these little things that happen in sobriety that give you confidence. I mean, even like getting a good night's sleep can make you feel more confident in the morning. You're not groggy and like self-conscious about how you're presenting to the world. Like you're groggy and slightly hungover and regretting life. Like that doesn't make you feel confident in the morning. When you've gotten a good night's sleep and you didn't drink, like you wake up and you feel good about yourself. Your clothes are fitting a little better. Okay, we'll get right into the physical. We're transitioning into the physical side of things. Like I said, I have to just preface all of this section with like, if you're not experiencing the physical changes, positive physical changes that I've experienced in sobriety, that is okay. Your organs are literally thanking you for quitting alcohol. Your insides are healing and you are becoming a better human being, whether you see it in the mirror or not. And I bet you that even if you don't see it yet, other people probably see it, even if you think you haven't changed at all. I'm sure your skin is looking a little bit more radiant. You have a little bit more color in your face. There are some small physical changes that happen in sobriety that you might not even notice right away. And that kind of goes with the whole confidence piece, is that sometimes you don't want to see yourself in a beautiful way when you've been kind of hating yourself for so long. But there are changes that happen in sobriety. Like I said, you might not notice them because you're used to hating yourself, but I bet you the outside world notices. And like I said, if you really have seen no physical changes whatsoever, your organs and your insides are thanking you, and you are healing from the inside out. So, with that said, give yourself some grace, whether you're seeing the changes or not. You're making a good choice with sobriety, and it's okay if you don't see the changes. But let's get into some physical stuff. So I said right at the end of that emotional piece, I said, oh, your jeans are fitting a little better. That makes you feel more confident. Yeah, like I have lost at this point what I think is at least 45 pounds, potentially more, but I haven't been on a scale in a while. I've dropped, I was an 8 pant size, and I fit into 2 sometimes, which is wild. So I've dropped 8, 6, 4, 2. I've dropped like 3 to 4 pant sizes. I'm probably usually a 4, sometimes a 2. So crazy. I have not been a 2 since I was like 16 years old. And everybody has their natural body weight. So a size 2 or a size 0 or a size 6 or whatever doesn't have to be your specific goal. That's just what my body kind of naturally is. I haven't worked out in a couple months, and I really feel like I'm just finding my natural weight. And for me, this is kind of where my natural weight is. Different for everybody, like I said, but I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that I've dropped a lot of weight since getting sober with pretty minimal effort. This is why it's so crazy. Like, when you are feeding your body alcohol, not only is alcohol very caloric, I think that's what people tend to focus on, is alcohol equals calories. It is so much further than that. My metabolism is healed in sobriety. When I was a heavy drinker, I did not get hungry. I would drink as my meals. It would ruin my metabolism. I would never get hungry. I would never lose weight. It would have been impossible for me to lose weight. They say that if you consume alcohol within like 2 hours of a workout, you may as well have not worked out because you instantly stop burning calories or something like that, instead of letting your workout work for you all day long. There's all sorts of science behind that, but just on like a more surface level note, alcohol is really bad for your physical health, way beyond just calories. It's not good for your metabolism, and then obviously it is making your organs and body function poorly. I mean, it's bad for your brain. It's bad for your mouth. It's bad for your liver. It's bad for your stomach. Nothing about alcohol is good for you. No matter what they sell you about, oh, having a glass of red wine every night is good for your heart. Okay. You know what's better for your heart? No alcohol. Okay? I can guarantee that. Yeah. So alcohol harms you in more ways than just calories. And I think that's what some people don't realize who are still drinking. At least in my life, they'll say like, oh, you know, a Coors Light, it's only 100 calories. Have a few of those. That's not even that bad. It doesn't even add up to a dessert. It's not about the calories. It's about it ruining your metabolism in the long run. I literally feel like after a year of sobriety, I have the metabolism of like a 15-year-old. I eat a meal and I get hungry a couple hours later. I'm snacking all throughout the day. Like I get hungry. And of course, like if you incorporate workouts as well, like you're just going to get hungry and need more nutrients. And you're actually putting real substance into your body instead of alcohol, which is like literally poison. That has no benefits to your body or your health whatsoever. And even if you have ice cream, at least it's like dairy. At least it's actually something. And it doesn't completely ruin your metabolism in an instant. So I think that the majority of my weight loss has come from healing my metabolism. I really do believe that. And like I said, about 4 months into my sobriety, I started weightlifting. I've since stopped weightlifting because I was like moving and I just haven't gotten back into the gym. But I've continued to see weight loss because I'm so active. I golf usually twice a week. I play volleyball twice a week. I've also been moving, so like moving boxes and things like that. Like I'm just active. And so I think that's helped as well. But it is all rooted in sobriety. And I never would have gotten to this place without sobriety. All of my nutrition choices, all of my fitness choices, like everything else that has contributed to my weight loss stemmed from sobriety. And none of it would have happened if I didn't quit drinking. So let's loop this back around to confidence. I feel a lot more confident being the size that I am now. And I want to be really careful around the topic of weight loss and body image, especially, and like what societally is beautiful, because as a model of like 13 years, I have struggled with everything across the sun with body image. Like I've gone through wackadoodle things with modeling agencies and things like that. So I just want to be like sensitive around that topic, of course. But I'm not going to lie, I feel better in my skin now at this weight than I did when I was significantly overweight. And like beyond just the weight and the physical size of me, it was also the inflammation in my face and just the round puffiness and the greenish, purplish, like veiny hue that I could see in my face and my tummy area and the cellulite on the back of my thighs and my tush. The brittleness of my hair and nails, like, I have this horrible video of one day when I feel like I was at my lowest. I took it because I wanted to remember where I came from when I was like a year sober, and now I do look back at that video and it is shocking. We all know that face in the morning after a night of drinking, and you just look destroyed. That's not going to make you feel very confident getting ready in the morning. Like, it looked like I just got beat up or something. I mean, I woke up and I just looked horrendous. And it's pretty wild that in sobriety, even with no makeup, fresh out of bed, you know, you've done nothing to improve your appearance, and you look in the mirror and you're like, I look all right. I look healthy and alive because I just got a good night's sleep, because I'm not poisoning myself anymore, because I didn't get so inflamed and bloated from the 15 beers I drank last night. Like, you look better, you feel better, and all those physical benefits of sobriety really, really help translate into confidence. Also, regardless of the size and the weight, we've all experienced the bloating that comes with alcohol. Like, you just have that little tummy pooch, especially, while you're drinking, but also in the morning. And it's more significant after alcohol. And now I don't wake up with that stomach pooch. I'm going to be real. Like, I just don't. And it's wild, because that was like one of my biggest insecurities. And I didn't wear a bikini for so long because I was so self-conscious of my stomach, especially. It was just very squishy and like looked unnatural. I protruded from the belly button down. It was like I had a balloon in my lower gut. And that was just every day because of the alcohol. That took a long time to go away, I'm not going to lie. Even when I was losing weight, I had that pooch for quite a while. I just held weight in my stomach. I guess that's why they call it a beer belly. I drank a lot of beer. So I've gone really deep into body image, so I hope that this wasn't too intense. Maybe I'll put a little warning in the description of this episode. So hopefully you haven't listened if it's something that's uncomfortable to you. But the physical changes that you experience in sobriety just impact your confidence massively. At least it did for me. And it honestly helps with keeping sober too. When you see these little changes start to happen almost immediately after getting sober, you feel really good about yourself and it makes you want to go further. I didn't see significant changes right away, but I saw little tiny changes. Like the bloating going down in my face a little bit, like the color kind of starting to come back. The bloating in my tummy starting to go down a bit. Like all those little changes motivated me to keep going. I've gotten messages from people that are like, I'm so vain that like the physical stuff is what's keeping me sober. And I'm like, honestly, if that works for you, run with it. It is pretty incredible. I truly believe that sobriety is the beauty supplement that we have all been looking for. Like, why can't I lose weight? I'm going to the gym. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Why don't I have luscious, gorgeous hair? Why are my nails so, breakable and brittle? Well, alcohol is probably harming your body a lot more than you think. And I wish I could tell people that. It's like the harsh truth. People wonder why they kind of plateau with their weight loss and things like that. Kick out alcohol and come back to me. You know what I mean? It is like a magic potion, sobriety. It's beautiful. What it gives you physically, what it gives you emotionally. And I think in this world, like I said in the beginning of this episode, women especially have been conditioned to like constantly be criticizing yourself and need to be better and, don't be too cocky or whatever. And I think it's very healthy to have some confidence in this world because as RuPaul said, if you don't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? Is that the phrase? If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you going to love somebody else? I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Anyway, you have to love yourself. You're in this journey of life with yourself. So love yourself, be confident, and thanks for listening. I'll see you for the next episode. Bye.